Okay, Army, and anyone who ended up on this video because YouTube's algorithm suddenly threw Jimin and Arlington at you together, welcome, because you did not click the wrong video. Over the last 2 nights, August 15th and 16th, 2026, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas turned into a sea of people. 80,000 people packed into one venue, not for a Cowboys game, but to watch 7 guys from South Korea who just finished mandatory military service and immediately jumped straight into the most ambitious world tour of their careers. And as usual, the one name that kept blowing up Twitter, TikTok, and every K-pop forum out there is Jimin. In this video, I'm breaking down every bit of drama, every sweet moment, every controversy, and every reason his name never seems to leave the trending page throughout the Ararang tour, and why it feels like it all reached a boiling point once the tour hit Arlington. Get ready, because this is a long one. Sit tight, grab a snack, and let's break it all down piece by piece. Before we get into the main story, let me give some context for anyone just tuning back into BTS after a while. So here's the deal. After completing mandatory military service, which ran from mid-2022 to mid-2025, all 7 BTS members, RM, Jin, Suga, jhope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook, finally reunited as a full group. Not long after the last member finished his service, they announced their comeback with a brand new album called Ararang, released in early 2026. That comeback came with a massive world tour, 79 dates across 34 regions in 23 countries, kicking off in Goyang, South Korea on April 9th, 2026, and set to wrap up in Manila in March 2027. This is their first tour as a complete group since permission to dance on stage in 2021 to 2022. One of the tour's biggest draws is its brand new stage design, a 360-degree, in-the-round stage setup in the middle of the venue, with the audience surrounding it from every direction. This setup gives every seat a great view while also boosting venue capacity. But, and this matters for the story ahead, this format also makes life a lot harder for the camera crew, since they have to keep chasing members who are constantly moving in every direction. In North America, tour stops included East Rutherford, MetLife Stadium, Foxborough, Gillette Stadium, Baltimore, M&T Bank Stadium, and today's main topic, Arlington, Texas, at AT&T Stadium, one of the largest stadiums in the United States. Before reaching Arlington, the tour's run through America was already packed with drama. So to make sure you're not missing anything, let me recap the warm-up moments that kept Jimin's name constantly in the spotlight. This might be one of the most emotional moments for fans. On August 2nd, 2026, during the second night of the MetLife Stadium shows, footage circulating online showed Jimin lying on the stage floor after finishing a high-intensity choreography segment. He looked visibly exhausted, taking time to catch his breath. What caused an uproar? Camera operators moved in and kept filming him up close, even though Jimin appeared to be gesturing for them to back off. RM and Jin even walked over to check on him. The clip went viral immediately, and not the fun kind of viral. Netizens piled on to criticize the production team and the agency, with hashtags like "shame on the cameraman," "shame on HYB," trending as talking points. Some fans also pointed out that a similar pattern had shown up in earlier cities, like Tokyo Dome in April and Mexico City in May, where the amount of big-screen coverage given to Jimin's solo parts was seen as noticeably less than for other members. Before that camera drama even settled down, another clip surfaced that split the timeline right down the middle. In it, Jimin is seen taking a sip from a water bottle mid-performance, then spitting it back out moments later, a stage gesture that's actually pretty common among high-energy performers. But the reaction? Completely divided. Some called it disrespectful and gross, while others defended it as just a normal part of an energetic live show. Some people also tied this moment to other criticism floating around about Jimin's vocals at certain points in the tour, which a portion of netizens felt sounded shaky in short clips circulating on social media, though plenty of fans pushed back, arguing those clips had been edited or cut in ways designed to make him look bad. Luckily, not everything about Jimin during this tour has been drama. On the second night of the Baltimore shows, August 11th, 2026, there was a moment that was a lot warmer. Jimin gave his hoodie to a baby girl in the crowd. Footage of the moment spread quickly and was flooded with positive comments from fans worldwide. That same night also had a small moment that made a lot of people laugh instead. Jimin fumbled an English phrase mid-transition between songs, saying something that came out as "time of our leaves" instead of what he meant to say. RM, standing nearby, immediately jumped in with a quick correction, and Jimin laughed while repeating the corrected word. This awkward but adorable moment became one of the most shared clips of the week, with plenty of fans calling it endearing and relatable. Outside the concert venue, Jimin's name has also been sitting at the top of global attention. After performing at the halftime show of the 2026 FIFA World Cup final in New York/New Jersey on July 19, 2026, Jimin picked up a new nickname from fans, Jimerica, a mashup of Jimin and America, capturing just how thoroughly he took over public attention in the United States over the following weeks. His momentum didn't stop there. As a global ambassador for Dior, his appearance at Paris Fashion Week Spring/Summer 2027 in June also became a major talking point in the fashion industry. He was also named the artist most runway-ready this year by a fan voting platform, finishing well ahead of the competition in a poll that drew participants from 175 countries. Even the stage outfit he wore during the World Cup halftime show sold for tens of thousands of dollars at a charity auction. So if you're wondering, why is it always Jimin making headlines? Well, it's because, quite literally, over the past few months, he's been one of the most talked about figures in pop culture on the internet, in both positive and controversial contexts. Okay, now let's get to the main event. After a string of drama and viral moments in previous cities, the Ararang tour finally landed in Texas. AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys, was transformed into a concert venue for 2 consecutive nights, Saturday, August 15th and Sunday, August 16th, 2026. Arlington itself was one of only a handful of North American cities on the tour's schedule, making it a rare chance for ARMY across Texas and the surrounding region to see the full group's comeback live. Stadium gates opened around 6 in the evening local time, with the show kicking off around 8. And as usual, the 360-degree stage returned, giving tens of thousands of attendees a chance to feel close to the members from every side of the stadium. That night's setlist blended songs from the new Ararang album with a lineup of iconic tracks spanning their entire career, from the most beautiful moment in life era all the way through their newer material. Fans were also anticipating the surprise songs segment, a tradition that stayed consistent in every city on this tour, where the stadium DJ plays 2 songs not included in the official set list for the night, opening the door for spontaneous moments like the one in Foxborough, when Jungkook and Jimin threw in their debut track, No More Dream, as a nostalgic surprise that sent the crowd into a frenzy. Given the track record of drama and iconic moments that kept surfacing in every previous city, it's no surprise that netizen expectations for these 2 nights in Arlington were sky high. The question wasn't really, will there be a viral moment, but what kind of viral moment will show up this time? And as the pattern has shown throughout the tour, whether it's about Jimin's physical stamina in the middle of hot, humid American summer weather, his spontaneous interactions with other members, or the way he engages with the crowd, nearly every move Jimin makes on stage almost automatically turns into a talking point the moment it's recorded and re-uploaded by thousands of attendees. This is a part one think is worth digging into, because a lot of people have been asking, out of all 7 BTS members, why is Jimin's name the one that shows up in headlines the most, whether it's praise or criticism? First, stage visibility. As one of the group's main vocalists and dancers, Jimin naturally gets a lot of camera attention. But ironically, as we covered earlier, plenty of fans actually feel like the big screen coverage of his solo parts has been lacking, and this pattern has repeated across multiple cities, from Tokyo to Mexico City to East Rutherford. That recurring issue turned into its own narrative that fans kept carrying into every new city, including as they anticipated Arlington. Second, physical stamina. The 360-degree stage format that defines this tour demands extra energy, since members constantly have to move in every direction to make sure fans on all sides get their moment. Combine that with the hot, humid weather typical of summer outdoor concerts in America, and it's no wonder moments of exhaustion, like the one at MetLife Stadium, become such a big deal, with the potential to happen again in later cities, including Arlington, which is also known for its high summer temperatures. Third, fandom culture itself. ARMY is known as one of the most active and organized fandoms in the world when it comes to documentation. Nearly every second of a performance gets recorded from dozens of different fancam angles, then gets picked apart frame by frame on social media. That means even the smallest moment, a smile, a tired expression, a flubbed line, a spontaneous gesture toward another member, has a real shot at going viral within hours. Put those three factors together, and you get why Jimin, and honestly, every BTS member, lives under a digital microscope throughout the tour. But because his personal popularity is currently at its peak, remember Jamaica? The effect gets amplified specifically for him. If you've scrolled through the comments about Jimin across various platforms throughout this tour, you'll find two major camps facing off against each other. The first camp is, obviously, the loyal supporters always ready to defend him. To them, Jimin is a symbol of dedication, someone who keeps delivering top-tier performances even while physically exhausted, who stays warm and attentive to fans. Remember the hoodie moment in Baltimore? And who consistently ends up at the center of attention because his stage charisma is genuinely a cut above. The reactions from people around him, crew, backup dancers, even fans standing near the stage who are often seen smiling or visibly captivated watching him, get used by this camp as extra proof. The second camp is more critical netizens, questioning various aspects, from vocal quality in some short clips to stage gestures like the water incident that some considered inappropriate. This camp also tends to highlight production issues, like camera team decisions seen as insufficiently sensitive to a member's condition on stage. What's interesting is that this back-and-forth debate ends up fueling social media algorithms even further. The hotter the debate gets, the more clips get reshared, and the higher the exposure grows for every new moment from the tour, including whatever happened over the 2 nights in Arlington. This is honestly a pretty common phenomenon with public figures as big as Jimin. The bigger the spotlight, the higher the chance that every action, no matter how small, gets read completely differently by different audiences. This internet-breaking phenomenon isn't just limited to the K-pop fan circle. International mainstream media has also given it plenty of attention. One clear example, the UK's The Guardian reviewed one of this tour's shows at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, specifically highlighting Jimin's performance as one of the most memorable parts of the entire concert. This cross-cultural popularity also shows up in various collaborative moments and Jimin's interactions with public figures outside the K-pop world, including praise he's given to American musicians on different occasions, which also went viral and was praised by netizens for feeling genuine and humble. All of this paints a bigger picture. What's happening on stage during the Ararang tour, including in Arlington, isn't just fandom internal content anymore. It's become part of a much broader global pop culture conversation. After 2 nights in Arlington, the Ararang tour is still far from over. The group heads next to Toronto on August 22nd to 23rd, then Chicago at the end of August, followed by Los Angeles in early September, before the tour continues on to South America, Southeast Asia, and Australia through late 2026 and into early 2027. If the pattern that's formed throughout this tour holds, we can pretty much count on this. Every city they visit will bring a new moment, whether it's touching, funny, or another moment that sparks debate on social media. And given the amount of attention on him right now, Jimin's name will very likely keep showing up as one of the most mentioned names in every new wave of news. So, that's the full rundown of Jimin's journey throughout the Ararang tour, from the camera drama at MetLife, to the small controversy over a stage gesture, to the touching moment in Baltimore, to his Jamaica status that sent his profile even higher. All of which built the backdrop for why his arrival in Arlington was met with sky-high expectations from netizens around the world. What do you think? Is this level of attention on one member fair, given how huge his popularity is right now? Or is it a bit much and unfair to the other members? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading every single one. If this video was helpful or at least entertaining, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the latest updates on the Ararang tour and other K-pop news. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.